Welcome to my home. I'm Gary, the traveling yogi. The most popular text of classical yoga is called the Yoga Sutra. It was written by someone named Patanjali about 2,000 years ago. The Yoga Sutra is a guidebook for discovering the nature of self and the universe. In it, Patanjali suggests that the accomplished yogi can travel effortlessly through space. It's an intriguing idea, isn't it? Close your eyes now and become present on your mat. Begin to follow the breath as it flows in and flows out. With each inhale, let your spine lengthen. Feel the awareness on the sitting bones. Feel your ears rising up as if your whole upper body were getting longer. Now keep that length as you exhale. Continue breathing in and breathing out, becoming more and more intimate with the breathing process. Begin to notice the breath flowing in and flowing out. Become more and more present, more and more aware of your presence on your mat. Now take a deep breath in. As you exhale, relax the shoulders. Do that one more time, a deep breath in. And exhale, relax the shoulders. Allow yourself a couple more breaths just to become more and more centered, more and more grounded, more and more present on your mat. Now open your eyes and you'll see that we've traveled together through space to this beautiful green space in the middle of the city. This is called James Bible Park, named after a 50-year Denver park employee, whose name obviously was James Bible. And it's about 67 acres, and it's interesting because both Goldsmith Gulch and the Highline Canal, which you see behind me, travel through this park. And this is where we're going to have our practice today. Let's begin with your palms on your knees. Breathe in deeply. Let your spine lengthen. Then as you exhale, bring your chin to your chest, draw your navel in, bend your elbows, and bring your forehead down towards the mat. Touch the mat with the forehead if you like, and then slowly rise back up, drawing the navel in as you come up. Once you're up, level your chin, relax the shoulders, let them come down. On an inhale, reach the arms high, palms together, interlace the fingers. Now invert the palms, stretch the palms up towards the sky, press down on the sitting bones. Now draw back on the sitting bones a little bit and draw your navel in. Reach up even higher through the palms. Take a little bend to the right. Stay grounded in that left sitting bone so it stays anchored to the mat. Inhale, reach back up. Reach high and then over to the other side, bending to the left. Inhale, reach back up, stretch up high. And then release the hands. Bring them out to a T, palms face up. Now relax the upper body a little bit. Let the tension drain out of the hands and the shoulders. Now take a twist to the right. Bring your left hand to your right knee. Right hand comes down behind you. As you twist, look over the right shoulder. Stay grounded in both sitting bones. One more breath here. And then let it go. Come back to center. Reach the arms high. And then out to a T. Drop the left hand down. Reach the right hand up and over. Stay grounded in the right sitting bone. And inhale and rise back up. Right hand comes down, left hand reaches, bend that right elbow a little bit. Now reach with the left hand a little bit more, staying grounded in the left sitting bone. Now engage your core as you rise back up. Reach the arms high, and exhale the hands to heart center now. Breathe in deeply so that your spine lengthens. Draw the navel in, chin is level. Now bring your chin to your chest and round the spine, and bring the forehead down towards the mat. Feel that stretch in the low back. On an inhale, rise back up. Keep drawing the navel in as you come up. Reach up high, and then out to a T. Now take a twist to the left and bring the right hand to the left knee. Look over the left shoulder as you press down on both sitting bones. On each inhale, lengthen the spine, and on each exhale, twist a little bit more deeply. One more breath. And let it go. Bring it back to center. Reach the arms high. Exhale the hands to heart center, pressing the palms together. On an inhale, reach back up. Now bring the arms behind you. Press the palms into the mat. The fingers are reaching towards the back of your mat. Now press the chin high. Press the chest up towards the sky. Find just a nice little back bend. Feel the shoulder blades coming together on the back. Lift the chin a little higher if you can. One more breath. Now slowly lean forward so the weight comes off the hands. Level the chin and reach the arms high. And exhale the hands to heart center. Let your eyes gently close. Take 2 breaths. And one more. Let's come to all fours now, on hands and knees. And inhale to cow pose, dropping your belly, lifting your chin. And then exhale to cat pose. Press the hands into the mat. Let your forehead get a little bit closer to the knees. And inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. 5 more times. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. And inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. 3 more. Inhale to cow. Just starting to warm up the spine, and exhale to cat. And twice more. Inhaling to cow pose. And exhaling to cat. Let's find one more. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. Come back now to a neutral spine. Then press your hips to the left. And then over to the right. And to the left. And to the right. We're just opening up the hips a little bit. And to the left. And to the right. And bring the torso back to center now. And then anchor into that right knee. Pick the left knee up. Look off to the left. Press both hands into the mat. Straighten the left leg. Press the left heel 90 degrees to your left. Stay grounded in both hands. Now swing the left leg all the way back and then rotate the toes on the left foot so they point down. Stay grounded in that left hand. Reach the right hand forward. You can point the toes if you want to on that right foot, or on the left foot rather, or you can reach back through the heel. Either way is fine. Now bring your awareness to your core, and particularly to the abdominal muscles. And notice how they become more and more deeply engaged the longer we wait in the pose. Now release that engagement, bringing elbow towards knee, and then reach back out. Good. Bring the right hand down, and bring the left hand down. Inhale to cow pose, and exhale to cat. Twice more. Inhale to cow, and exhale to cat. And one more. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. Press the hands into the mat a little bit more. Let your head drop down a little bit more deeply. Press the middle of the back up towards the sky. And then back to a neutral spine. Let's go over to the other side now. Pick that right knee up. Point the right knee to the right 90 degrees. See if you can have the knee at the same level as the hip. Now if you're able to, just straighten the right leg, press the right heel away from you 90 degrees. You feel that engagement in the outside of the hip on the right side. Now swing the right leg all the way back and then rotate the toes on the right foot so they point down. Right hand stays grounded. Reach the left hand forward. You can point the toes on the right foot if you like. Now bring your awareness again to the solar plexus. And notice how the solar plexus become engaged in the pose. Keep reaching out through the left hand. Keep your awareness at the solar plexus. Reach back through the right foot. And when you're ready, release it, bringing elbow towards knee, and then exhale and reach all the way back out. Bring the left hand down, bring the right knee down. Tuck your toes and lift your hips. Let's find our very first downward facing dog. And now slowly walk the feet forward towards the hands. I'm going to turn around the other way. So facing the front of your mat, let your head drop down. Now keep your chin on your chest and round your spine as you rise. And then as you exhale, release the hands, let them come down by your side. Take a breath. On an inhale, reach up. Bring the palms together, look up towards the thumbs. Then as you exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Come to a half lift. Bring your hands to the top of the shins, right below your knees. And then as you exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Step the left foot back, and the right foot follows into plank pose. Now flow through vinyasa, either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, upward facing dog. And then exhale into downward facing dog. On an inhale, reach the right leg up. Step it forward so the right foot ends up between the hands. The left foot's going to follow into a standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach the arms high, palms together, look up at the thumbs, and then exhale the hands to heart center. Take a breath. On the exhale, release the hands, let them come down. Spin the palms so they face forward. Now breathe. It's a sun salutation. Sun salutation A. Reach up, palms together, look up towards the thumbs. Reach up even higher, a little bit of a back bend. As you exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Find a half lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale the hands down, forward fold. Step the right foot back. Left foot's going to follow into plank pose. Flow through vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. The knees can be on the mat here if you want to. Then as you exhale, into downward facing dog. Stretch it out now. We're going to find 5 breaths in downward dog. Press the palms and the pads of the fingers and the thumbs into the mat. And reach your tailbone up and back. The armpits are facing down, not out to the side. And you're finding lots of length in the spine. 2 more breaths. Breathe in and out. And in and out. Now slowly walk the feet forward to the hands. Let your head drop down. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Chin on chest, round the spine, draw the navel in, reach up. Palms together, look up high. And exhale the hands to heart center. Take a breath. And on the exhale, release the palms or the hands, let them come down. The palms spin so they face forward. 2 more breaths. Feel the breath flowing through the body. And 1 more. On an inhale, reach up, palms together, look up towards the thumbs, lift the chin. Exhale and swan dive, forward fold. Half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands to the mat. You can step the left foot back, right foot follows into plank pose. Flow through vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga into upward facing dog. And on the exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths again in downward dog. Lengthening the spine. Feel the sensation in the back of the legs. Maybe in the Achilles tendons. 3 more breaths. Maybe in the calves. Maybe in the back of the knees and the hamstrings. Bend the knees a little if it's too much sensation. 1 more breath. Now slowly walk the feet forward to the hands. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Rise and reach up. Look up. And exhale the hands to heart center. Release the hands and spin the palms so they face forward. 2 breaths now. Inhale, reach up. Look up at the palms or the thumbs. Now a little bit of a back bend. And swan dive, forward fold, half lift. Exhale the hands to the mat. Step or jump back to plank pose and flow through a vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, upward facing dog. And on your exhale, find downward facing dog. 5 breaths in downward dog. Breathing in, lengthening the spine, and breathing out. And breathing in, and breathing out. 3 more, lengthening the spine, pressing the hands into the mat, reaching the tailbone up and back. And 2 more. And 1 more. Now bend the knees, glide forward so the feet end up between the hands. Inhale to a half lift, and exhale, fold forward. Chin on chest, round the spine and rise, reach up high. Palms together, look up, and exhale the hands to heart center. Release the hands, let them come down, spin the palms so that the thumbs point away from one another, and breathe. Feel the blood flowing through the body. Feel the breath. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, reach up. Look up at the thumbs and all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale the hands down. Step or jump back to plank pose. Flow through a vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, upward facing dog. And on your exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths again in downward dog. Adjust the feet if you need to. 4 more breaths in downward dog. And 3 more breaths. See if you can lengthen your breath a little bit. So we're adjacent to the canal here, and you see a lot of people walking on the canal early in the morning. The birds are going crazy. 1 more breath. Now, little bend in the knees. Hop forward, feet end up between the hands, let your head drop down. Inhale to a half lift, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold forward. Reverse swan dive, rise with the weight in the front of the feet, reach up high, palms together, look up to the thumbs, and then exhale the hands all the way down. Spin the palms so they face forward, thumbs point apart from one another, breathe. On an inhale, reach back up. Exhale, bend the knees. Chair pose, Utkatasana. The weight's in the heels in chair pose. Keep reaching through the wrists. Relax the fingers, relax the thumbs, relax the hands. Straighten, reach up, look up, and then swan dive, forward fold, half lift. Exhale the hands to the mat. Step your left foot back. Bring the left knee to the mat. Reach the arms high. Low crescent lunge, press that right knee forward. Exhale the hands to the mat, tuck the toes, bring the left knee off the mat. Right foot steps back, plank pose, take a breath. Flow through vinyasa now, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg steps forward between the hands, right knee to the mat, reach the arms high. Low crescent lunge, Anjali Mudra. Bring the palms together, point the index fingers, stretch up through the index fingers, look up at the hands. Release the hands to the mat. Tuck the toes and bring your right knee off the mat, left foot steps back, plank pose. Take a breath in plank. Flow through vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, upward facing dog. And then flow directly on the exhale into downward facing dog. 5 breaths now in downward dog. Let the breath lengthen. As the breath lengthens, let the spine lengthen. 3 more breaths. Keep pressing your hands into the mat as if you're trying to press the mat away from you. And 1 more breath. Now bend the knees, glide forward so the feet end up between the hands. Let your head drop down. Inhale, half lift, lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees and rise to chair pose. Weight back in the heels. Bend the knees a little bit more. And maybe a little bit more. Sit back just a bit more into the heels. And then straighten and release the hands. Let them come down. Palms face forward. Take a breath. In fact, let's take 3 breaths total. 2 more. And 1 more. An inhale, reach up. Bring the palms together, interlace the fingers, point the index fingers, feet about hip width apart. Now bend the knees, come down into chair pose. Press your tailbone down towards your heels so that you're not overarching the low back. Draw the navel in and reach up through the index fingers at the same time. Can you bring the weight back into the heels a little bit more? Now straighten, release the hands in swan dive. Half lift. Exhale the hands to the mat. Step back to plank pose and flow through a vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, then upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Step the right foot forward. Rise to a high crescent lunge. Reach the arms high. And exhale the hands down on either side of the right foot. Right foot steps back to plank pose. Take a breath. And flow through a vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, upward facing dog. And exhale into downward facing dog. As you inhale, left leg rises. Lift it up a little bit higher and then step it forward. So it ends up between the hands. Rise to a high crescent lunge. Reach the arms high. Bend the left knee, press the left knee forward a little bit more. And then bring the hands down. Left foot steps back to plank pose. Check in with the alignment. Make sure the shoulders, the hips, and the heels are all on the same line. Flow through another vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Knees on the mat if you want to. Then as you exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths now in downward dog. 4 more. Even though you're inverted, and even though we've been moving pretty vigorously, see if you can allow your breath to begin to return to its normal rhythm. 1 more breath. Now either hop or step forward. Head drops down. Inhale, half lift. Lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Reverse swan dive, rise, reach up. Palms together, interlace the fingers, point the index fingers, feet about hip width apart, chair pose. Utkatasana is the name of the pose. Bend the knees a little bit more, and a little more. And that's it. Reach up high, and release the hands. Palms face forward. This pose is called Samastiti E. On an inhale, reach the arms high, palms together, look up to the thumbs. Exhale the hands to heart center, hinge at the hips, and fold forward. Inhale to a half lift, lengthening the spine. As you exhale, step your left foot back, spin the left heel to the mat, and rise to warrior 1. Inhale. Square up the shoulders and the hips to the front of the mat. And exhale, bring the hands down. Spin the left heel to the mat and rise to warrior 2 with the gaze over the extended right hand. Bend the right knee a little bit more. Now straighten the right leg. Pivot on the right heel so the toes on the right foot point to the left side of the mat. Reach the arms high. And exhale the hands to heart center. On an inhale, reach back up. Keep the palms together. Look up towards the thumbs. And exhale. Hinge at the hips, folding forward. Let the head drop down. I'm going to move back on my mat a little bit. Maybe your head touches the mat, maybe not. See if you can spin the ankles towards the outside of the pose so you're pressing into the pinky toes. Now bring the hands to the feet. Let your head drop down even more. The spine is lengthening. Now bring the hands back right in front of the face. Inhale, half lift. As you exhale, pivot on that left heel, bend the left knee. Your two towards the back of the mat with the gaze looking over the left hand. Bend the left knee just a little bit more. Then as you exhale, cartwheel the hands down on either side of the left foot. Walk that right foot forward a little bit with the toes on the right foot pointing towards the upper right corner of the mat. Inhale, rise to warrior one, bending the left knee. Reach up high. As you exhale, bring the hands down. Step the right foot forward. Let your head drop down. Forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold forward again. Bring the weight into the front of the feet. Heel toe your feet apart a little bit. Let your head drop down. Now, peace fingers to big toes. Inhale, half lift. Spine is long. And exhale, fold forward. Bend the elbows. Let your head drop down. Do that again. Inhale, half lift. Spine lengthens. Exhale. Head drops down. Release the peace fingers from the big toes, arms to a T. Rise up, feet about hip width apart. Look up to the thumbs and exhale the hands to heart center. Release the hands, let them come down, spin the palms so they face forward. Take a breath. Reach up, palms together, look up high, and exhale the hands all the way down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back with the right foot. Spin the right heel to the mat so that the toes on the right foot point towards the upper right corner of the mat. Got all kinds of little things crawling around on my mat. On an inhale, rise, warrior one, second time. This time towards the back of the mat. Left knee is bent. Shoulders and hips square to the front of the mat. Bring the hands down to the mat. Now spin the right heel all the way down to the mat and rise to warrior two. Looking over your extended left hand. Bend the left knee a little bit more. Now straighten the left leg. Pivot on that left heel. Feet are parallel to one another. Reach the arms high. And exhale the hands to heart center. Reach the arms back up. Keep the palms together. Look up high. Look up towards the thumbs. Press your chest up towards the sky. Reach up through the index fingers. And then release the hands. Level the chin. Halfway down and pause. Now bring the left hand down, put it right below the face. Reach the right hand high. Your hips can be asymmetrical now. The left hip can drop down, the right hand can reach it, or the right hip rather, can reach up. The birds are really going crazy today. Right hand comes down. Inhale, left hand rises. Now the left hip is higher than the right hip. And bring the left hand down. Bring the hands down to the feet. Let your head drop down again. Maybe the top of the head touches the mat. Maybe not. Walk the hands back under your legs with the palms facing down and the fingers reaching towards the back of the pose. Let your head drop down. You feel that deep stretch in the back of the legs. One more breath. Now slowly walk the hands forward into a wide-legged downward facing dog. Reach the tailbone up and back and press the weight into the pinky toes on both feet. Spine is nice and long, armpits facing down. Feel a nice stretch in the armpits. Now slowly walk the hands back so they're under the face. Inhale to a wide-legged half lift. Spine is long and about parallel to the mat. Now bring that left hand right below the face and reach the right hand high. See if you can stack your right shoulder over your left shoulder and look up towards the thumb on the right hand. Now bring that right hand down. Put it where the left hand was. Reach the left hand high. Press that right palm down. Reach the left hand up even a little bit more and see if you can stack your left shoulder over your right shoulder. And then release the left hand down. Half lift. Exhale. Fold forward, letting your head drop down. We're going to be here 5 breaths. If you want to get completely upside down, you can press your hands into the mat and lift your feet up off the mat. You can do a tripod headstand if you want to, if it's within your practice, away from the wall. One more breath, actually 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. If your feet are off the mat, slowly bring them back down. On an inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach the arms high, look up, palms together. Look at the thumbs. Lift your chin a little higher. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center and level the chin. Take a breath. The arms come out to a T with the palms facing down. Pivot on that right heel. Bend the right knee. Warrior 2 back towards the front of the mat. Cartwheel the hands down on either side of that right foot. Walk the left foot forward a little bit and spin the left heel to the mat. Toes on the left foot point to the upper left corner of the mat. Warrior 1. Right knee bends even a little bit more. Bring the hands down. Step or jump back to plank pose. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths now in downward dog. Three more. Stay with it. And 2 more deep breaths. Using the breath to lengthen the spine. And 1 more breath. Now walk or glide forward so the feet end up eventually between the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, folding forward, letting the head get heavy and drop down. Now chin on chest, draw the navel in as you rise. Reach up, palms together, look up, and exhale the hands to heart center. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, release the hands. Spin the palms so they face forward. 3 breaths. On an inhale, reach up high. As you exhale, bend the knees. Let's come into our, I think this is the 3rd chair pose, Utkatasana. Bring the weight back in the heels a little bit more. Now look up towards the thumbs. Lift your chin. Now straighten the legs and swan dive. Forward fold. Come to a half lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Hard to say. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Step or jump back to plank pose. Flow through a vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, upward facing dog. And on your exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths now. Lengthening the spine, pressing the hands into the mat. 3 more breaths. And 2 more. And 1 more breath. On an inhale, lift your right leg high. Now 3-legged dog. Open the hips to the right, stacking the right hip over the left hip. Keep the shoulders square to the front of the mat. Lift your chin up a little bit so that you're looking at your thumbs. And then level the chin. And step the right foot forward so it ends up between the hands. Leave the left hand on the mat. Reach the right hand high. Lunge twist. Right hand comes down inside that right foot. Reach the left hand high. Revolved lunge twist. Now spin the left heel to the mat. Keep the right hand on the mat. Reach the left hand up. And then reach the left hand forward. Palm facing down. Press into the pinky toe of that left foot. Lengthen the left side of the body. Keep the right knee bent. Rise, warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Right knee stays bent, gaze is over the extended right hand. Good, now cartwheel the hands down on either side of the right foot, come up onto the ball of the left foot. Step the right foot back to plank pose, flow through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, 5 breaths. I'm going to turn around to the other side, but you stay where you are. 3 more breaths in downward dog, lengthening the spine. Inhale, left leg high, 3-legged dog. Open the hips to the left. Make sure the shoulders are still square to the front of the mat. Keep pressing your hands into the mat and the right heel down. 1 more breath. Level your hips now and step the left foot forward so it ends up between the hands. Left knee is bent about 90 degrees. Right hand stays on the mat. Left hand reaches high. Lunge twist. Now bring the left hand down to the inside of that left foot. Reach the right hand high. Revolved lunge twist. Keep pressing back on the right heel. Now spin the right heel to the mat. Leave the left hand on the mat. Reach the right hand high. Keep pressing that left knee forward. Now reach the right hand forward, stretching out of that right shoulder. Anchor into the pinky toe of the right foot and lengthen the whole right side body. Keep the left knee bent as you rise, warrior 2. And bring your gaze forward over the extended left hand. 1 more breath. Exhale the hands down on either side of the left foot. And step the left foot back to plank pose. Flow through your vinyasa, upward facing dog. And exhale into downward facing dog. 1 breath, 1 movement. With the exception of downward dog, where we're going to have 5 breaths, 4 more. And 3 more. Let the breath deepen. And 1 more breath. Bring the knees apart. Child's pose. Big toes touch. Forehead comes down to the mat. Lengthen the spine. So keep walking the hands forward. We're going to find 5 breaths now in child's pose. Let's find 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Big deep breath all the way down to the belly. Rise now to table pose. And bring your knees back so they're hip width apart. You can cross the ankles behind you. And then come to a seat. I have all kinds of little bugs here that I'm playing with today. Come to a seat with the legs out in front. Reach the arms high. Toes pointing towards the sky where there's a little bit of clouds, but not too much. Hinge at the hips and fold forward. Paschimottanasana is the name of this pose. My mic's kind of getting in the way. On an inhale, rise back up, reach up high. And then exhale and bring the hands down on either side of the hips. Press the palms into the mat, straightening the elbows with the shoulders right over the hands. Press the palms down. Now pull the shoulders back just a little bit so the chest shines. And then release. Reach the arms high and exhale, fold forward 2nd time. Paschimottanasana. Let your head drop down. Lengthen the spine. Bend the knees a little bit if you need to. Release your hands if you have a hold of something. Reach the fingertips forward. Inhale and rise, pressing into the heels as you come up. As you exhale, release the hands, let them come down. Now, bend the right knee and bring the heel, if you can, of the right foot on the outside of the right hip. Reach the arms high. The toes on that right foot are pointing back if you can. If not, then off to the right. Hinge at the hips and fold forward over the extended left leg, bringing your forehead down towards the shin or the knee. Now lengthen the spine. Press into the back of the left heel and rise. Come all the way back up. And exhale and release the hands. We're going to go over to the other side. I'm going to move on the mat so you can see me, but you can stay where you were. Now bend the left knee and bring the left heel to the outside of that left hip. Reach your arms high, press the right heel away, hinge at the hips, and fold forward over the extended right leg. Notice the sensation in the back of the right leg. I can feel that all the way into the back of my knee, the right knee, and the hip on the right side. Now press into the right heel and slowly rise, come all the way back up, and then exhale and release the hands. Reach the left leg back, reach the arms high, exhale and fold forward over both legs, Paschimottanasana for our third time, and then slowly rise, come all the way back up. Now bring the hands down so that your hands are just behind your knees. Come up on fingertips now, point the toes, engage the core, press into the fingertips, and lift the feet up. This is a supported version of boat pose. Point the toes. Now if you can, pick your hands up and reach the hands forward. 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Now reach the arms high, interlace the fingers, point the index fingers, stretch up, and release the heels. Reach up high, and then exhale and bring the hands down. Bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the mat, roll down to your back. Now walk the feet back towards your glutes. Press the feet into the mat. Let's find a bridge pose. Lift the hips up off the mat. Interlace the fingers behind the back if you like. Maybe press the hips a little bit higher, deepening the back bend. Notice the tendency of the knees to want to move apart from one another. 1 more breath. And release. Release the hands. Bring the tailbone down. Now bend the knees. Let's find a happy baby pose. Hands come to the pinky toe side of the feet. So you can pull the knees down so that you're opening up the hips even more. Then tuck your chin just a little bit. So try not to lift the chin away from the sternum too much. Now relax the back of the shoulders so the back of the shoulders are still on the mat. Release the hands now. Reach the heels up to the sky, legs up the wall pose. Now point the toes. Now press your tailbone down towards the mat and press the sacrum into the mat. Your tailbone probably won't touch the mat, but the sacrum will. You stay here if you want, or if you like, you can move into plow pose, bringing the feet up and overhead and letting the toes touch down on the floor behind you. 2 more breaths in plow. If you're in plow, bring your hands to your low back, press the hands into the low back, and then lift your hips into a shoulder stand. If you're in legs up the wall, you can move into a version of shoulder stand, maybe a half shoulder stand like this, or a 3/4 shoulder stand like this, or if you want, you can come all the way up. Watch the back of the neck in this pose. You don't want to put too much pressure on that cervical spine. If you got here from plow pose, return to plow pose now. And then everyone, let's get back to legs up the wall, and we'll all meet there. Once you're there, point your toes, press the sacrum down into the mat. Lengthen the lower body. Lengthen the legs. Now bend your knees and bring peace fingers to big toes, and then rock yourself up and float here for a moment, and then straighten the legs into heron pose, pointing the toes, lengthening the spine. So try not to round the low back too much. Now soles of the feet come together as we come into a floating cobbler pose. I'm going to turn around and face you. And see if we can pull the heels a little bit closer to your pubic bone. Pull the shoulders back a little bit and then let them drop down. Breathe. And if you want, You can stay here, or you can move into butterfly pose. Bring the arms under the legs and the palms to the top of the feet. Let the spine lengthen. Breathe in deeply. Keep your chin nice and level. Keep pressing the sitting bones down into the mat. One more breath here. Good. Now release. And extricate the arms from under the legs. And bring your peace fingers to big toes. Now straighten the legs. Bring the feet apart from one another. Lengthen the spine. Lean back a little bit. You feel that great stretch in the back of the legs? I can feel that all the way into the back of the knees and the hamstrings. Now bend the knees and soles of the feet back together. Bring the feet down to the mat. Let's find cobbler pose. You can bring the hands to the ankles with the thumbs pointing towards one another. Breathe. Now bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Knees come closer together. Then roll all the way down to your back. Once you're on your back, keep that left knee bent and the sole of the left foot on the mat. Reach the right foot high. Point the toes on the right foot. Press the palms into the mat and lift your hips up a little bit, as if someone were pulling your big toe up towards the sky. One more breath. And bring the right foot down. Bring the tailbone down. And over to the other side. Press the right foot into the mat. Point the toes on the left foot. And reach the toes on that left foot, the big toe, up towards the sky. And then bend the left knee. Bring the left foot down to the mat. Bring your tailbone to the mat. Arms come out to a T. Take a twist to the right and gaze to the left. Supine twist. Two more breaths. Just start to let everything go. Start to feel surrender come into the legs and the hips. Let your knees float back to center and over to the left side. Let your gaze shift to the right. About 3 more breaths, again surrendering into the pose. Begin to notice any tension you feel in your body, and then very consciously let that tension go. 2 more breaths. And 1 more. Good, let your knees back to center now. And it's time for Shavasana. Straighten the legs, let your toes flop out, flip your palms so they face up. Just begin to feel your body resting on your mat. Find yourself in a place of profound relaxation. Begin to surrender into your mat, giving in to the force of gravity. Allow yourself to let go. Now become aware of your breath. And with each exhale, become more and more profoundly at rest. Letting go and surrendering more and more deeply. Let that happen with every single exhale. Feel a deepening sense of surrender and letting go. Continue breathing in and breathing out. Bring your awareness now to the base of your nose. As you breathe in, feel the coolness in the nostrils. Imagine the breath circulating in your body, and then exhale and let the breath go. Do that again. Breathing in, feeling the coolness right at the base of the nose and the nostrils. And then exhale and let it go. Next time you breathe in through the left nostril only, and then exhale through the right nostril. Then inhale through the right nostril only, and exhale through the left. Inhale from the left, and exhale to the right. And inhale from the right nostril, and exhale to the left. Continue breathing in from the left nostril, and exhaling to the right, and inhaling from the right, and exhaling to the left. 3 more times. Breathe in from the left. Let the breath deepen a little bit, and then exhale to the right. And inhale from the right, and exhale to the left. Twice more on your own, at your own pace. After you exhale the left, breathe in again through both nostrils, bringing awareness to the breath as it floats through the nostrils. And one last time, breathe in through both nostrils equally. And then exhale and let go of the alternate nostril breathing. Now begin to soften even more deeply. Letting go on a deeper and more profound level. So that what you are finding is different from relaxation. It's a more profound surrender to what is, to those forces that are acting on your body at this moment, to the feelings and sensations that you're experiencing. A profound and deep surrender. Cultivate that sense of surrender even more. Now let your breath begin to deepen. Bring your awareness to your navel. As you inhale, feel your navel rise up, feeling it move away from your spine, and on the exhale, feel the navel descend, moving back down towards the spine. Inhale, feel the navel rise, and exhale and notice it fall. And one more time. Inhale, feel the navel rise, and exhale and let it go. Now bend your knees, bring your knees into your chest as you roll to your side with your eyes still gently closed. And whenever you're ready, slowly bring yourself to a seat. Keep the eyes closed as you come to a seat. When you find yourself seated, bring your hands to heart center and press the palms together. Take a moment to notice the sitting bones and the gentle pressure that they exert on the mat. Now breathe in deeply. As you breathe in, let your spine get long, and let the breath gently flow out. I offer you loving kindness. May you be happy and well, and may you be safe. May you be peaceful, and may you be at ease. Remain for a moment with the image of practicing in the park. Remember the grass and the trees and the people walking behind me. And now return in your mind to my home and imagine that your mat is on the floor in my house and that we've been practicing together. Now open your eyes and realize that we've traveled back to where this journey began. Thank you so much for traveling with me today. This is Mr. Jack, by the way. Say hi, Jack. Take care.